Wen Lee, your speech purpose today was to write a speech with purpose, and you chose the topic, everyone's a leader. The good thing about your speech was the clear structure, and the good structure, you had a very clear introduction, who you are, where do you work, why is this topic important to you. You went into the body, four things that make what you think is a good leader. Number 1, creativity. Number 2, embracing failure. Number 3, inspiring others. Number 4, being a role model. And then 5th, you had your conclusion. Very good structure, very well presented in that way. Even in the body of the speech, each little part had its own structure, and those structures followed a pattern. For example, creativity. Steve Jobs, what happened in my company? Embrace failure. Elon Musk, what happened in my company? For example, the third one was inspire others. Eleanor Roosevelt, what happened in my company? And the last one was be a role model. What Jesus said, what happened in my company? Very, very clear structure. So that's the thing I really enjoyed about your speech. And I think that relates to the very first speech that we do, which is always asking people have good structure. So we have a roadmap to follow the speech. We don't get lost in the speech. But your speech was write a speech with purpose. Your topic that you chose was everyone's a leader. But that's not what you spoke about. You spoke about what is a good leader. Now, that's fine in itself as a topic, but I was expecting to hear a story about everyone's a leader. Instead, I got how you can become a good leader. How can you become a good leader? Be creative, be inspirational, embrace failure, be a role model. But you never, ever got down into how everyone can be a leader. You didn't prove that at all, and that was your thesis. So you need to know, what is the purpose of my speech? My speech is to convince you and you and you and you that you're a leader. Why? Because you are part of everyone, and everyone sitting here is a leader. And the way you do that is by choosing maybe one of those things, because you just touched on them very briefly, point, bounce through them. We didn't get the meat of it. And so what would be really good is to continue with your introduction, where you were talking about your own difficulties, your own vulnerabilities with leadership, and talking about how you became a leader. And perhaps just choosing one of those things. For example, digging into the idea of creativity, because that's the other issue I had with the structure. The creativity part, and then your answer to creativity was ask more questions. I'll get people to ask more questions. I'm not quite sure how that relates to creativity. But what would be a very, very good example is to say, I didn't think I could be a leader, but in my company, I have to be a leader. And so this is what I did to become a leader. These are the steps I followed to become a leader. And therefore, I believe if you follow something similar, you too can become a leader, because everyone's a leader. Great structure, but just understand the purpose of your speech, and then you have a great speech with purpose. Jeremy Evaluator.